All right. I believe there are 3 types of tools that every content creator needs. And today, I'm going to dive into each of them. I'm Hanny Mora, CEO and founder of Repurpose.io, a distribution platform that helps content creators like you make a bigger impact and reach more people by automatically distributing your content everywhere your audience is. As content creators, we live in an incredible time. There is literally a tool to help us in every step of the content creation process. Now, having all these tools, honestly, it's a blessing, but sometimes it can be a curse. As content creators, honestly, you need 3 types of tools. You need tools that help you create quicker, distribute further, and optimize better. Everything else really is a distraction. Now, before we dive into this, I want to tell you one tip. If next time you stumble across a new tool and you find yourself asking, hey, how can I use this tool in my business? Then that's probably a sign that you don't really need it, or at least you don't really need it right now. So only invest in tools that will solve today's problems. Okay, let's dive in. Let's talk about how to create creation tools. When you create, there's 3 types of content: audio, video, live streams. Let's talk audio for a second. Honestly, the best tool that you need, the one you want to invest, do the research and buy the perfect tool is your microphone. You want to get a microphone, a decent microphone that has at least a USB connection so that you can just plug into your computer and get crystal clear sound. Now, the beauty of these USB microphones is it works with any platform, any software you decide to use to record your audio content. And crystal clear audio is really important, especially if you're producing audio-only content. It's important for videos, but audio-only content, you want your audio to be crystal clear because you want your audience to stay engaged in your content when they're listening. Recording videos, same kind of idea. You want to get a USB camera, a webcam. Usually the ones that come with your laptop are not good enough. They're not high quality. They don't do well in dark areas, like when you don't have enough lighting. So make sure you invest in a USB webcam. Logitech makes great quality products. Now, you want to also make sure you use your microphone as well. So the microphone that you have, the USB microphone you invested for recording audios, you also want to use that when you're making videos because the microphone on your camera, again, is not good enough. So go with the webcam and use your external microphone together. It's going to make your videos sound a lot better. And again, it's equally important when people are watching videos that your audio is crystal clear. Now, smartphones is another way to record videos. Probably the best way if you're getting started, or even if you've been doing it for a while. So the easiest way is to go fire up your smartphone and hit record. It's quick. The cameras are really amazing on smartphone these days. Just hit record on your smartphone. Now, one tip here is I recommend you record your content in horizontal format, especially if you're going to repurpose that content, especially if you're going to use repurpose.io. If you repurpose horizontal content, it will give you more repurposable, and make your video content more repurposable. So you can easily take a horizontal video, turn it into square, turn it into a vertical very quickly if you use a tool like repurpose.io. Editing, I love this topic. So if you're going to do editing on your audios or videos, if you want something for your desktop, you can search for open source audio or video editors. A lot of them are free. They work on Mac and Windows, and honestly, they're good quality. So just search for free open source audio and video editors. And the other tip is if you are shooting video on your phone, edit it directly on your phone. And to be honest, you want to keep this editing to a minimum. My definition of editing is trim the beginning, trim the end, done. That's kind of as far as editing as I would recommend on a smartphone. And in general, honestly, even if you're editing videos or you decide to edit videos on your computer, the simpler the better. The simpler the tool, the less bells and whistles it has, the better it is for you. We're not professional video editors. We're entrepreneurs. We're content creators. We want to create content. We don't want to spend a ton of time editing it. So if you can, try to avoid editing completely, or just do the basics. Like I mentioned earlier, trim the beginning and the end. Maybe cut out something in the middle if it's really, really bad. Otherwise, just trim and hit publish and get that content out there. Let's talk live streaming for a second. This is by far, in terms of technology and tools, like the easiest way to create content. If you want to go live on Facebook or on YouTube, you can do it for free, just simply using your browser. YouTube and Facebook gives you free tools to just log into your account and hit go live. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's powerful. And more importantly, it's simple and there's no software to download. Just need a web browser. And there are actually some paid tools as well that do a lot more fancy stuff and give you more power. For example, you can actually stream to multiple platforms at the same time, simply using your web browser. You can go live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all at the same exact time. And again, no fancy tools, just your web browser. You log in, you connect your YouTube account, Facebook account, and hit go live. It's that simple. We're so blessed to be in this world right now where we have so much access to all these amazing tools. The next topic I want to talk about is distribution. So we talked about creation. Now let's talk about distribution. So you've put your heart and soul and energy into creating a valuable piece of content, and it's a shame if you don't publish it to more than one platform. It's a waste of time. So you want to get your content distributed across all your social media platforms. If you use a tool like repurpose.io, you can actually convert from one type of platform to another. For example, you can convert a video, publish that as clips to different platforms. You can even convert that into an audio for a podcast and even make a blog post. But the key here is there's two things you want to look for when you're looking for a distribution tool. There's tons out there. You want to be able to directly publish to all your favorite social media platforms. Literally hit a button and say publish, and it will go directly to that platform. And number two, the ability to schedule. That's really important. You want to be able to schedule all your content for the entire week, all in one day. Once it's scheduled, then you can get back to business, and like the week that they're scheduled for, you can get back to your business, focus on your product, service, whatever your business is. And two, it gives you the freedom, the relaxation, to the mindset, the mind space to create content for the following week. The worst thing you can do is be in this vicious cycle of this rat race of, oh, I got to create content for tomorrow. Oh no, I didn't publish anything today. Let me just shoot a quick video and publish it. You're not offering value to your audience that way. It's stressful for you, and typically the content is not as valuable. If you plan your content and you record it the previous week and have it scheduled out to go to different platforms on every week, that's just more natural, more relaxing for you, and the content is a lot better for your audience. And the third and final type of content creation tools you should be looking to invest in are optimization tools. And there's several layers here, so let's just peel the first layer right here. An optimization tool, if one type of tool, is something that will measure your content's performance across all the different social platforms. You want to know if your subscriber count or follower count has gone up and gone down in the past week, in the past month, in the past whatever period you're looking for. You want to know, how much impressions that you're getting, like how many times your content has came across on the different feeds for different platforms. You want to know how many people engaged with it, whether they watched it, commented, etc. And if it's video content, you want to be able to know how long they're watching your content for, because you can't improve what you can't measure. So once you have the measurements in place and you have tools to track them, it will give you the ability to do more of what's already working. Now, the other type of optimization, probably the one you're most familiar with, is search engine optimization. Now, we're not going to dive into search engine. We're not going to dive into the whole lesson about that, but I'm going to break it down to simple forms. Every piece of content that you put on YouTube and that you put on your blog, you need to optimize it for discoverability. You want to make it easy for YouTube and or Google to give your website or your video to people who are searching. So how does this work? Optimization really boils down to choosing keywords. A keyword is either a word or a phrase that people are typing in on Google or on YouTube when they're looking for something. So you want the tool, whatever tool you decide to use, will help you choose that keyword based on how many times that keyword has been searched and how much competition you have on YouTube and or Google. So of course, the ideal scenario here is you want to choose words that are highly searched with low competition. And these tools also give you enough. These tools also give you visibility and tips on where to put these keywords when you're creating your title or when you're creating your YouTube description or your blog post. They'll tell you how many times you should use them and if you're using them enough times in your content. Very, very powerful tools, and it really helps. You can even go back and optimize YouTube videos or blog content you've already published months, days, years ago. It doesn't matter. It will still help. And this is kind of a bonus tip here. I consider it an optimization tool, and this is transcribing your content. So you want to transcribe your content, especially audio and video content, because we talked about keywords a second ago. You're typically saying your keywords in your video content. So you want to take a transcription and add that to, let's say, your blog post. So that's a great place to put it. And also, video channels like YouTube and other platforms let you upload your transcription right to your video, which also helps when people are searching on YouTube. Now, there's kind of two types of transcription services. We have fully automated, and we have kind of like automated with a little bit of human power behind it. The automated are less expensive, but honestly, they work really well, and a lot of them use AI. So what that means is over time, the more data you put through it, the better it gets at transcribing, especially with names and other words that you're constantly using over and over in your content. Of course, not perfect, so you got to go in, do a quick review, fix up some of the mistakes that transcriptions that were not perfect, but it's definitely a lot more cost effective, and your results are available right away in minutes, not days. Or of course, you can always opt out for services that will transcribe and correct all your mistakes for you. They're more expensive, but definitely worth it if you have the time and you're planning content for long time, like well in advance. All right, so to go to the key takeaways here for today, I want to make sure that you at least kind of check your toolbox and see that you're investing in tools for creation, tools for optimization, and tools for distribution. And whether you're taking a new tool or you're kind of like reopening your toolbox and discovering tools you already paid for, invest time in learning the basics for each of these tools. I know a lot of us like to outsource to our team members or assistants or somebody else, but I highly recommend you learn the basics of that tool first before you outsource it. And that way you let your team or your assistant can dig further, but at least you know the basics, you know what's capable of doing, and you know how you want them to use that tool. And another tip I want to make sure you know is switching tools is very costly. Unless a tool stops working or stops serving its purpose, if you have the tool, just use it. There's a big switching cost in terms of time wasted relearning a new tool and also possibly changing the way you create content if you introduce a new tool. So if you have a system going, have a flow going, keep it up with the tools you already have. And if you're looking for a tool to automate the repurposing and distribution of your videos, live streams, audio podcasts, then I highly recommend you check out repurpose.io. You can try it today and distribute 10 videos, audios, live streams absolutely free. That's really it for today. I hope I inspired you to recheck or open up your content creators toolbox. Make sure you have tools for creation, optimization, and distribution. And if you're curious about what tools I use, you can head over to repurpose.io and check out my complete list of recommended tools. I use some of these tools right now, and you can see the link below. Go ahead and check out repurpose.io/tools. All right, that's it for today. Let's talk to everyone soon.